Hello, Internetians. My name is Josh, the ultraplayer, and I am your coach of the Philly Soldo. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back, and for the last time, welcome to the American Pokemon Association Season number 5. This is the finals. It has all come down to this. It is me versus Gator today, and I'm looking to take home that gold now. It's really late because I couldn't get the battle until late again, so I'm recording this at 5 in the morning, and people in my house are sleeping, so this is becoming a trend, is it not? How fun is that? But anyway, hopefully, with the UBL, I'll be able to not record at 5 in the morning and try not to wake everybody up. But anyway, this is the finals. You guys came here for the finals. You didn't come here to listen to me and my life. So, without further ado, without further unprofessionalism, let's get into it. If you are curious as to what I am bringing for this final round versus Gator, what I'm expecting him to bring, etc., etc., and so on and so forth, there is a team builder that I put up yesterday. Please be sure to check it out as I go very in depth on the team, why I'm bringing it, what I'm bringing specifically, what I'm expecting, the like. But real quick, what I have is a Roost 3 attacks Mew with Tangaberry. I have a Choice Scarf Landorus with Defog 3 attacks. I have a Curse Restock Miltank, which is Spadef. I have a Mega Aerodactyl, which is sub 3 attacks. I have a Florges, which is offensive 3 attacks Synthesis, and then I have Roar Chestnut. So I'm gonna get into this. I'm actually gonna put this kind of fast because I have to get this done and go to bed. So we're gonna put this as a little bit sped up. As you can see, it's a long battle. So immediately, I see that Pyukumuku is there, and that really scares me. But no matter what, I should probably pause this. I should probably talk about team preview, because I'm smart. At team preview, I noticed that he does not bring the Keldeo, and he brings the Pyukumuku instead. Other than that, I got his team perfectly right. I knew that he was bringing these. It was just going to be Setup City. That's why I brought a lot of anti-setup. But anyway, the one thing that scares me is the fact that he brought the Pyukumuku, because Pyukumuku is really, really annoying for my team. I have a really tough time breaking it because I took off Taunt off of Mega Aerodactyl, and I just, in general, don't want to deal with it. So I have to play carefully around that. If it's rest, I'm already looking. I'm like, oh, I have to stall this out. So that's fun. I'm actually going to speed this up even more now that I think about it. So let's talk fast, shall we? And let me bring up my notes. I'm going to lead off my Mew. It is my dedicated lead because it is anti-lead. It is my 2 anti-lead against everything. And he's going to lead off his Landorus. Very good play on his part. Probably a Stealth Rocker. And he's going to immediately switch out to his Mega Tyranitar, which is a good play because I could very well have the Ice Beam, which I'm going to go for now because I'm staring down a Landorus and I'm very much just anti-setup. So we're going to see him take a little bit of damage, and then I'm going to go for the low kick. Or no, I'm not. Oh, I gotta read my notes. I switch out of it into my Chestnut because I don't want this thing to do anything yet. And I see that he's gonna double into his Gilgamesh, which is gonna be his Tapu Koko, which is perfectly fine because I can, attack the thing and weaken it because I think he's gonna go for Calm Mind because, like I said, he's Setup City. He has brought Setup City for the first 2 matches of playoffs. He preps and plays in such a way that he just likes to set up no matter what. I see that he scouts there, and I really need to take note of that. He's scouting. He's making sure that he knows when he can set up and when he can't, which is good good for him because, that's what my goal is, to stop him from setting up. For instance, he goes for Calm Mind here, and because I don't want him to ever be able to set up, that tells me he's not afraid of Landorus being Choice Scarf, so he tells me he's a Shuckleberry, right? I go for the Poison Jab. I do a lot of damage, and I'm going to be able to put him in range of the Landorus' Earthquake, even through a Shuckleberry. So I'm going to switch out here into my Vacuum, which is my Florges. It's my least valuable Mon because I feel I can handle everything else. As he goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Here, I did not predict him to be Double Dance. I predicted him to be Calm Mind Roost, so I'm going to double out into my Landorus, predicting him to go for Roost or something, or Dazzling Gleam again. Actually, I predicted him Thunderbolt because Thunderbolt would knock out Florges, but he actually goes for Dazzling Gleam, which is a good play because it knocked my Landorus really, really low, and just is unfortunate because my Landorus is important. But I go for Earthquake. I want to attack what's in front of me and make that kind of clear throughout this match that I will attack what's in front of me. I will not let him set up, and I'm able to kill the Tapu Koko, which is a huge threat, and getting that thing out of the way immediately just really puts me in a good position. So he's going to go to his own Landorus because obviously I'm Choice Scarfed and locked into Earthquake, so there's no reason for him to not go out to this. And I'm going to go out into my Florges because my Florges potentially has, or might, actually it doesn't outspeed because I'm like no speed, but it might have it has the chance to live any attack from this thing, unless he's Z-move, which he is. and I was going to be able to go for 8 and Power Ice and knock it out. But unfortunately, he's going to go for the Continental Crush, and he's going to be able to knock me out instead, which is very unfortunate. If I had run a bunch of speed on my Florgus, I might have actually been able to outspeed this thing and knock it out. So very unfortunate that that happened there. However, me losing this is going to allow me to go out into my Mew, which is, again, my screw you to set up. So here I am going to go once again for the Ice Beam, as he is going to go into the Whimsicott. And this Ice Beam's going to come off. I don't see an item here. I actually see very little damage. I should have done a lot more. So that's going to tell me that he might be Assault Vest. So I'm thinking U-turn, Moonblast, Fire, Energy Ball. As he's going to go out into Tyranitar as I go for another Ice Beam. Playing more aggressive, I could have gotten rid of the Tyranitar, but I think it's fine. As he's going to double out again. Scouting again. Or predicting me to go into Chestnut, which is either way a really, really good play. But he finds out that I have low kick, and here he's going to go for Protect. Once again, scouting to make sure that he can do whatever he wants versus me, or to know what I want to do versus him. And he's going to see that I had the Zen Headbutt, which is very unfortunate, because now that he knows my 3 attacks, he knows when he can set up and when he can't. So he's going to go to Caster, which is going to be the Pyukumuku, as I go for the Zen Headbutt and see, a bit of damage off on this thing. It's not too bad, but I know that with the same damage, I might be able to just keep Zen Headbutting throughout the match, and I might be able to whittle this thing down. At this point, I also start taking notes of what moves he has, how much PP he has, just in case I need to, stall him out later. But he goes for Baton Pass and gets out of there. Ooh, I'm tired. It's 5 in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. But I'm going to go for Zen Headbutt again on the Scolipede. He has no reason to do anything other than switch back out into his Caster. And I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt again. And if he got flinched there, I might have been able to kill him. But luckily, I synchronized the poison over to him, which the fact that he would go for that makes me think that he's either not too concerned about this thing being a wall, or that he is rest. And we're going to see here that 1, he has the Aguave Berry, and 2, he's going to go for Recover. So I know that he's okay with being toxic, or otherwise he would have rest. He would never have brought toxic Recover if he wasn't okay with being toxic, which I'm okay with him being toxic, because that means I can whittle this thing down, because this was one of the big things standing in my way from winning. So I'm going to get out of there, and I'm going to go into my Ripple predicting not Baton Pass, honestly. I was expecting the 4th move or something. So he's going to Baton Pass out of there, go into his KayCreigh, which is going to be his Scolipede, which sucks because I would have been able to block Defog 100%. Which, as you can see, he goes for Protect, so he would have been able to block Defog and kill me, so long as he hit his move, which is very unfortunate. But here, he's going to switch out once again. I really scouting for my Zen Headbutts, and if I'm Tangaberry, if I'm Colberberry, I know for a fact that I'm throwing him off with the fact that I'm always staying in on mons I shouldn't be staying in on. But here, I'm going to go for the Roost, get up some HP, as I see him go for the Recover. And I here am going to go... What do I do? Oh, wait, I know. I go into Chestnut. I go into Chestnut. I have notes of what move I made. I don't know why I'm asking what I do. But anyway, I'll go into Chestnut as he goes for Baton Pass. I definitely should have stayed in and clicked low kick, but that's beside the point. Actually, he would have gone to Whimsicott, so never mind. I should have clicked Zen Headbutt. Doesn't matter. He goes for Poison Jab here. I know I can live any hit from this thing. And I'm going to go for... And I can get Recovery because I have the Eye of Papa Berry. And I can go for Roar to get rid of this thing because I don't want that thing to set up. I also get the information that is Life Orb, which is really nice, and he brings out his Tyranitar, which is not good for me because, well, it is good for me, but he's going to switch out, and he's going to go into something that is not good for me, like, oh, look, the Scolipede that I just got rid of. I'm going to go for Drain Punch, again, attacking what's in front of me, preventing as much setup as possible as he brings out his Scolipede once again, and this is very unfortunate because this Scolipede is a huge threat. And I'm going to go into my Landorus, sack it off, and get the Intimidate off on him so that I can do some stuff, right? With it at -1, I'm going to be able to do whatever I want because it's not going to be able to kill anything on my team. Ooh. So here, I go out into my Mew, and then because I know at this point what he's playing, I'm going to make the play of doubling into my Aerodactyl to get in on the Puka-Magoo. And here's where, if I was a really fast Florges, like if I was Choice Scarf Florges earlier, I could have gotten rid of that Landorus, and then this Landorus could not come in here, and honestly, my Mega Aerodactyl could have just blown through him right now. But I'm going to go for sub, because what else? You know, there's no really reason for me to do anything else, because he can't attack me. If I go for sub, he can't do anything to me. And he does not click Baton Pass, because I could click Taunt, which is a very good play. But anyway, I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail. And I'm going to guarantee to a KO him, even with the Intimidate, because I know he's offensive at this point, because you would not be rocking him without being offensive, and it's also Gator, so of course he'd be offensive. But anyway, he goes for Stone Edge to break my sub. I go for another Aqua Tail to get rid of this Landorus, and I'm in a good position, right? If he goes into Whimsicott, I kill it. If he goes into Mega Tyranitar, I kill it. I'm thinking at this point, I'm really just going to straight up destroy him right now. But he goes into his Whimsicott and he clicks Encore because he's not Assault Vest. If he was Assault Vest, I actually think I might have been able to win right this second. But I'm going to have to keep playing a little bit longer if I want to win this championship. So I'm going to go out to my Mew as he's going to go for Moonblast, and I know for a fact that this is not going to do jack. The fact that he's not Assault Vest means he's fully specially defensive. So I know I'm going to be able to go into this. I know I'm going to be able to live another Moonblast, and I'm going to go for Zen Headbutt. At this point, I'm trying to kill this thing, right? I want this thing, I want to sack off my Mew so I can go to my Arrow and force him to sack this Whimsicott, because if I can get him to sack this Whimsicott, I don't see much ways for him to beat Curse Miltank, because Encore was his best move at that point. So, I'm going to go for Aerialist, and I'm going to knock this thing out as he goes for the Tailwind, which is another out-of-the-box play, which really put me on the back foot, because once again, my Arrow could have just ripped through him at this point. But this is not a bueno play, because now that he's faster than me, I don't really have the ability to get the damage alpha I need on him. So Tailwind's really going to put me in a bad spot. But he's going to go for Ice Punch, and I'm going to go into my Miltank, and I'm going to go for it, right? It's time to go for it, even unless he's like Dragon Dance. He has absolutely no way of breaking me anyway. So, and even still, it's going to come down to rolls and, you know, what I get for rest. But anyway, I go for the Curse because I know I can most likely live 2 Stone Edges. And we're going to go for game right now. Miltank is going to win me this championship right this second. Right? So I'm going to get the Curse off, and I'm going to go for rest on the next turn, and I'm going to dodge the Stone Edge, which is nice. He's lost 2 Stone Edges. I'm also keeping track of that, because once he learns out of Stone Edges, he's had a really trouble breaking me. But anyway, I can start cursing, and I'm going to go for Sleep Talk to try and get more curses, and then eventually Body Slam for Paras and damage as he reveals Dragon Dance, which is, of course, he's going to have Dragon Dance. It's set up city. So I'm going to get the Sleep Talk off, and I'm going to get pull Rest, I believe. Yep. And then he's going to go for Dragon Dance again, I believe. And I'm going to once again pull Sleep Talk, and I'm going to pull Rest again, which is very unfortunate. Curse or Body Slam would have been really nice, just getting up damage and potentially getting off Para. So that's very unfortunate. But I'm still in the position where I can live 2 hits as long as he doesn't crit or anything. But oh, was I? Maybe I was. But I go for Curse so I can live another hit and get back up to decent, you know, bulk and hopefully decent HP. But unfortunately, the Stone Edge is going to knock me out of the next turn, and there's no way my Chesson is living this. But this is my last Mon, and that, unfortunately, is the finals of the APA. As much as I tried to pull it through, I really think Tailwind just lost me the game. If he didn't have Tailwind or, surprise, Memento, I really think that I could have won that game if it was just like Assault Vest Whimsicott, which is what I played off of. Because I don't see how he would have won. It would have been 50-50, honestly, if it was Assault Vest Whimsicott, because he would have gone Scolipede, and Scolipede would be the only thing to really be able to stop me. Because it would have been a 50-50 of me going for sub on his Protect. His Tyranitar could have stopped me because they would have lived 1 hit, but I would have gotten the damage off I need to let the Miltank win. But unfortunately, we lose out in the finals. We are only the runner-up, and Gator has clinched the championship, which, damn, he deserved it. This game was just fan-fucking-tastic. Anytime I've lost a playoff match or I've lost a final match, you know, I just sit there and stare at the computer like, how could I have done this differently? What could I have done differently? What could I have prepped differently? Blah, 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 blah. And I've been thinking that for days of what I could have done differently. And the only thing I just realized was if he pressed something differently. But I don't know what else I could have done other than played more aggressive. I'm not upset at all. I'm usually upset in every finals I've lost, and every playoff match I've lost. I'm always upset that I didn't win. But I'm even after losing, I'm on top of the world, right? I was honored to be in this league, and then I made playoffs, and then I beat Ben, and then I beat Dan, and then I got here, and this was just such a fun freaking match. I had so much fun in this match. I have no shame losing to Gator in such a way. He played so fantastically. Guys, it's 5:30 in the morning and I am so tired. How are you today? Can you hear it in my voice? Can you hear the fact that I haven't anything to drink in like 20 minutes in my voice? So, let's cut the unprofessionalism. I might release a video sometime in the next week or so. Maybe 2 weeks. About APA in general and the multi-draft format. I thought of, as a quick thing, I thought it was really fun. I loved it. I would love to do it again, but I don't really want to have a lot going on at the same time because this took a lot out of me. I put a lot of time into this APA, into this league, and into the finals, into the playoffs in general. Overall, I had so much fun. The APA is such an amazing experience, and it's been such a wild ride watching my channel grow from it. So, if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching all of my APA videos. Any single episode that you watch, thank you so much for watching it. It means the freaking world to me that so many people are just sitting out there watching me talk about Pokemon. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go get this rendered and post a video. I love you guys. As for the future, well, the UBL draft was yesterday. So if you did not watch that, you did not watch the draft stream, well, you can always watch the VOD on Irish Emerald's Twitch. God. You can always watch the VOD on Irish Emerald's Twitch, or you can stick around until tomorrow. Oh my god, I had to record my draft analysis. You can stick around for the draft analysis that I haven't recorded yet. It's a fun team, but the UBL starts technically tomorrow, and then week one's tomorrow. Next week, I have the BBL coming out in a month and a half or two. I've returned to that for season 3, and I have the cap league going on, etc., etc. That's what you can expect from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry that I couldn't do you proud by taking down Gator again, but I already beat him once, and he was never gonna let me do that again. So good game to you, Gator. Good game to everyone in the APA. I hope to see you all back for Season 6. I will definitely be rejoining for Season 6. And I will see you guys in the next video. And that's that. Peace.